So when my mom passed away in February 2021, my life changed. I remember saying in the hospital, in the same room with her dead body, I was speaking with my sister and I said to her, who am I now? You know, like the version of me who doesn't have a mother is now me. But what does that look like? Who is that? And how do I integrate that? You know? And I say this to say, okay, that a lot of other things around me started to shift. And I even will mention that it's so important to go through those different doorways when you're feeling called to, even when you don't know where or why it's happening, because there were certain things that happened in December, in November, and in October of that previous year that made me sit down. And I wasn't online as much. And I remember I was in a meditative spirit. I'll say that too. I was getting grounded. I remember, and I will share it, maybe even tag it under this video, a grounding meditation. It was a guided meditation, and I know exactly where it's at. Listen, it was so pivotal because again, that space was so unfamiliar way before she passed away, where I was at. I remember, and it was, and I say this to say, had that space not happened, had I not gone through it and accepted it and just kind of just navigated it, which is a great way to come into this reading. I promise you, the version of myself that I was when she passed away, there's a very good chance I could have crashed out. Or because I was so, like I said, I was even conscious of that shift. Who am I now? But before that, I had gotten so grounded in myself just based off of the universe saying, sit. You can't be everything for everybody. I need you to be with you. I need you to be here with you. And so I got so grounded in the months that led up to it that while everybody was going crazy or just, emotional and grieving and just out of touch with their feelings and who they were, because they were all affected. I give everybody in my family and anybody, period, that experiences that loss, that close of a loss, I give them that same level of respect because it's paradigm shifting. Who are you now? Or how do you operate in this new dynamic? And so what I'm saying is, after she passed, there were so many different changes, but I was so grounded in myself and grounded in what I knew I wanted to do and who I wanted to be, that when certain things started to continue to shift outside of just that emotional situation, I remember knowing what I'm looking for, what I am looking at and what I am paying attention to is what I'm going to see. And I remember knowing if I want to fall apart, if I want to, all of these different things, all these versions of me that I can choose to be, if I look for evidence to confirm those things, I'm going to find it. However, shoe on the other foot, I can't afford that because this version of me still has dreams, still has goals, right? That I was even working on before homegirl had kicked the bucket. My kids call it cashing in her coins to the big casino in the sky.
I love your kids.
Girl, they getting on my nerves. I'm fighting for my life. You don't see? Look, they taking me out of here. No, I'm joking. I love them very much, but girl, let's not. Let me tell you a story. So, because we're on the topic, and happy Halloween, happy spooky season, whether you're seeing this during the time that it's uploaded, you're catching it in a future time, or, just enjoy spooky season, whatever time frame you're catching this. Because this is the spooky edition of Tarot, where we're going to be talking about crossroads and how to navigate where you are, et cetera, et cetera. And so anyway, we're talking about homegirl kicking the bucket. Me and my kids, we were roasting each other. We were waking up with the BS. when homegirl was still there. She was spending a lot of
Okay.
time at our house because it was she was helping us homeschool the kids on a virtual school.
Okay.
Yeah, she had a fixed little income, so she didn't need to work. She was just helping us out around the house. It was amazing. What's my point? And so we would roast each other. Your hairline this. You heard me talk about the boys' hairline. We was talking this and this and that, just going crazy on each other. One day she was in the midst of it and she's like, I'm tired of hearing about hairlines. I'm tired of, I was like, Mama, look, it has taken on a life of its own. You're gonna have to get in where you fit in. She was coming in, she was, getting involved at that point. But when she went to the other side of spirituality, because death is, just as much of the spiritual journey as life is. When she went, I kept up the hairline jokes. I kept up the roasting because I think I was like, this is what we are now. I started talking bad about the kids' mama. Because it's debilitating to hear your mom talk bad about your mom. Because what you gonna say? So I would be like, y'all mama this, y'all mama that. But I had always been saying that, right? Like just whatever. The girl done gone to the by and by. My kid's gonna be like, not everybody can afford to talk about mamas. You motherfuckers, you would take a soft time for me. I'm down bad. You take a time when I'm down bad. The girl done kicked the bucket and you gonna tell me.
Girl, you in that kick the bucket.
Girl, sis was done for. Sis had pulled her own plug. She was sick of this. No,
over it.
But the fact that they're just amazing. I think our kids are very much so reflections of ourselves.
Yeah.
And one thing about it is I'm always crack a joke in the roughest of times.
Too. Me
Girl,
too.
them kids made yeah, for sure. Girl, they made my mama the butt of the joke. They was like, how are you gonna talk about mamas and where's she at? No, okay. Girl, kids, they're gonna be the best of us as well as they reflect to us. Like, girl, you sure you want to tell that joke? The next time you get the chance to say something insensitive, are you gonna lean into it? Because this is how you sound. This is how you look. Anyway. All right, we're going to be talking about crossroads. We might talk about what your road is while you're seeing this reading, as well as advice on how to navigate it, what spiritual advice we can give you on, based on what comes up. And yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of that. Hopefully get you some clarity. We're going to be doing 2 piles. B's going to be doing one. I'm going to be doing one. And we also take little moments to have tarot talks, maybe even share our the ways we can relate because I believe that we're all kind of experiencing similar things in our own journeys, in our own ways. And so sometimes we be talking to each other or ourselves. So like, share, and comment on this video. Check out our other videos within this series, because this is the Halloween spooky season series. And no matter when you see the video, it can be relevant to where you are. And we are hoping that this is beneficial and helpful to you. So if you like this type of content, personal and spiritual development, then subscribe and tune into other content that we have on our channels. Are you you want to lead this thing, or what you want to do? Because I'm down. However you want to
go for it. Let's go for it. All right, we're on creepy crossroads today, people.
Ooh,
13. We are trying to see how to navigate through crossroads. I'm sorry. This is for anybody who can relate. Collective energy out there today. Give me the words to speak. Clear, precise clarity on what they need to hear. Thank you for listening, and let's live in the loving light. All right, let's see. I'm going to pull 3 cards. We're going to do 3-card spread, and we are trying to see how to navigate through those crossroads. Let's see what comes out first for us. I like that. Ace of Cups. I got 2 more to pull out. Page of Cups. Okay, Cups. And what are you? Girl, Cups.
Woo!
Okay. What's on my bottom of the deck? Seven of Cups, bottom of the deck. So it's a cuppy day. We got the cups today.
Oh, some emotions is involved, but I'm gonna mind my business.
Okay. Okay. All right, let me get into it. I am an intuitive reader.
Yeah.
I like to do intuitive over tarot, but I love my tarot because tarot gives me so much clarity. So I like to kind of hear what spirit has to say to me first, and then I kind of align it with what's going on with these cards. So let's get into it. Navigating through those crossroads. I am a picture person, so I kind of like to look through the images of these pictures and see. And what's coming to me right away. Navigating through illusions, navigating through choices, navigating through self-reflecting, and navigating through those desires and blessings that are waiting. Two, two, two. And a
Ooh.
lot of 2s, 7s. Okay. Let's go. All right, to me, I'm hearing with this Ace of Cups. Let's start with this Ace of Cups. What are we getting out of this spirit team? I'm gonna pull this one out. Ace of Cups is to me someone who had been experiencing maybe a fairy tale life. Everything was going well. Everything was looking swell, going well. And I feel like there was something that abruptly came through that kind of changed the course of life. This could have been like a sudden situation that had you to kind of sit back, go into hermit mode to figure out what the heck is going on. The situation caused a lot of self-reflection about making choices, good choices, and navigating through illusions and seeing things for what they truly are versus what you wanted it to be. And a lot of times that happens. We will get into situations or experiences and our mind will kind of wonder as to what we want it to be, and that's a control thing that I deal with myself, and it kind of blindsides you from what the reality is. And when I'm saying blindsided, boom, I'm picking up this 2 of Swords, so it lets me know I am talking cash money. 2 of Swords followed by this Ace of Swords. I like that. That could have been some betrayal, that could have been some deceit, that could have been some just not seeing something coming at all. This could have been a life-changing situation. It could have even been the death of a close family member. And we were just talking about that. Mm, mm. Going deep within is what I'm hearing. Going deep within. To me, that's the Page of Cups. She's sitting here, she's reflecting, she's sitting at the top of the hill, and she's kind of figuring out what's next. What's next for me on this journey? How do I move through this? How do I cope with what I'm facing? How do I cope with what I'm dealing with at this moment of time? How do I see the reality of what I'm actually going through or what I'm going through? Because I was caught off guard by this. My life was so perfect. My life was so lovely, if as what I thought. And then now I'm hit with this lesson of navigating through this crossroad. How do I get back to where I was, or is at the end of that journey? And how do I start my new beginning? With this 2 of Cups, it lets me know, like, all right, are we staying where we were, or are we going forward with the new future? And if so, what is in that? That the 7 of Cups is also choices. You got a choice to make. Let's see, give me some clarity on that 7 of Cups spirit. Okay, 4 of Wands and Temperance. Being patient, outlining your desires, knowing what you want. Could be somebody that's good at manifesting what they want and speaking the spirit. Once you realize, all right, I've experienced this loss, I don't want to keep feeling this. How do we move through it without any issues? How do we keep coping? How do we keep afloat? Knight of Wands and 5 of Cups. Yeah. Getting over losses, carrying baggage, letting the baggage go. 10 of Wands. Carrying that journey on your back, but not letting it make the best of you. Not allowing it to define who you are. Give me more on that spirit. Give me more. Give me more on that 10 of Wands and that 4 of Wands. What is coming out of that? This could be you later on in your journey. After you've moved past those illusions, you're carrying the weight on your shoulders of pushing through to get to that happy place again. That 4 of Wands remind me of your happy place. And Spirit is saying, be patient on this journey, and not to dwell on what you've lost in the midst of this path that you're crossing. Give me more, Spirit, give me more. I said I was doing a 3-card spread, but baby, Spirit is talking through these cards. And now I got the Star. Okay. Keep your head up. Sometimes when we experience these losses, whether it's a physical loss or, just I keep getting grief and just moving through grief with this Star card. Sometimes when we're losing our loved ones, they are placed on assignments to help us. And Spirit is saying, they're here to put you in position to get to those places that you want to be at. 3 of Wands, you're navigating to your next phase of your life, that path. Which road do you take? Am I going left? Am I going right? Navigating your finances, knowing that you're going to be okay regardless of these changes that you're going through, and being able to give me more. What else we got for that, Spirit? How are we navigating through these crossroads? Or what advice do we have for somebody navigating through crossroads? What advice do we have for somebody navigating through these crossroads? And here in faith, keep your hope alive. Your thoughts, something about somebody having negative thoughts, and that could be that 5 of Cups. You're kind of dwelling on the negative or on the past and not letting it go. Star card, and I got this Queen of Pentacles out of that. Give me one of that 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. Queen of Cups. Yeah. Understanding that what you experience is not the end. It's more so of a new beginning for you. It's more so of you stepping into who you're supposed to be with this Queen of Cups. You're financially blessed. You stepped into your abundance. You've understood your assignment as you cross through these crossroads. You didn't get stuck on the railroad track, baby. You kept going. Give me more. I like this. Okay, 6 of Wands. Hello. Been talking to us all day. Okay, that's you. You went through your rough patch, like my girl said earlier. You carrying that reef of success. You're carrying that. I've gone through the struggles. I've gone through the turbulence. I've gone through the storm, and now I'm sitting on my throne. Now, at this moment, I like this. I don't know. I'm hearing Aries. What about Aries? Give me more than that. Strength. Fool card. Hereford. Okay, that's a lot. You didn't dwell. You didn't stay stuck in that spot. You used that pain and turned it into power. That was your strength that you gained from that. And now you're adventurous. Now you're on the road. Now you know life is full of lessons, good, bad. You take what you can out of it, you make the best out of it. Living in your joy. Knowing that sun is coming, baby. 8 of Cups. Leaving the past behind. Taking in what resonated with you in those journeys, but not letting the pain overshadow what's to come. I like that. I done been a card pulling fool over here. Coco, what you got for me, Miss Chenel? Chime in for me, baby.
All right. I do apologize, everyone involved, because I'm a little, whatever. So sorry, a little distracted in my own ways, and pretty much, I want to also say this, giving B the floor. And
I love it.
so, were you asking me for feedback on the reading, or were you asking me to start?
Whatever flows your boat, baby. Like,
yes. And I mean, from what, like I mentioned, I was more so giving you the floor. And so I do look forward to going back and listening to your portion, because who knows, maybe that message is meant for me or meant to be heard at that time, because intentionally I was like, you know what? let her cook, you know,
Yeah.
so maybe there's something that, you know, I don't know, who knows how that's supposed to go, but I love your contribution and appreciate it so much. And
No
whatever B
problem.
said, that's what y'all need to do. She said
Yeah.
it. She said it. So it must be true.
Yes, let's dig into pile 2.
All right, y'all, let's do this so that we can do this. All right, pile 2. All right, shake it off.
Take it off.
Love this.
Mhm.
Love that. What's going on? What's T? What's T pile 2? What's going on? Pile 2, what I want to talk about is what crossroads you may be dealing with right now, and see what kind of details we can get to
Mm.
helping you navigate it. All right. Pile 2. Let's talk about the things. Bam, taking that one because that's what it feels. Yeah. So pile 2, with the moon card came out first and foremost. Ooh, sure. I just heard a Nicki Minaj verse where she said, um, fish in the water or something like that. And she said something in the water, sharks in the water, and they all smell blood. It feels like these like hyenas,
Mm.
you know, you might have eyes on you. There may be things going on. The moon card talks about things going on in the background. Maybe people are wondering what's going on in the background. Maybe you got people who you know for a fact don't wish you the best.
Mm.
Maybe you got eyes on you that are hidden because like we talked about, it talks about behind the scenes, things happening. Maybe you fear the unknown for sure, but I also feel like you might fear what you can't see. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take another one right off the side. Okay, so maybe you are in a place of crossroads because there is a different version, excuse me, there's a different level that you are having to learn how to navigate.
Mm.
But even in this card, there's a lot of people around. So you may have a lot of eyes on you. Give me a second, what else? These people may have their own, like, because they're wearing different things here, yeah? Yeah, and this person has eyes on them too. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah. Sure. I feel like you're starting something new. You're on the brink of something new. There's the death card, transformations. There's transformations you have undergone. But you've done it in the spotlight. You're doing it while people are watching you. And one, they have questions about your journey.
Mm.
And again, you're one, you have some type of fear about it, or right? And because you're not blending in. And again, a part of me feels like you're fearful about those that are watching you. So give me a second. A part of me wants to let you know, one, that you're on a journey of your own. So you don't have to worry about someone coming in and doing or being someone that puts you in a position that you have to fight for your position.
Mm.
And none of these people can watch you and create what you're creating because you are in pioneer. This person's a pioneer. Your guidance is divinely given. You're moving very fast, even if you don't feel that way. With the 8 of Wands, the movements, the decisions, keep moving. Don't let the fear keep you stuck. Don't let the fact that it feels like there's a lot of eyes on you. And it feels like maybe a part of you wants to avoid being seen. maybe wants to be avoiding the spotlight, avoiding negative judgment, from people who aren't doing what you're doing, who aren't on the path that you're on, as well as, what did I say? I was saying something about, because there's hyenas and there's so many different people, different walks of life, chameleon, right? You're divinely guided in doing whatever you're doing. You're very skilled at what you're doing. You're very knowledgeable about what you're doing. You're very connected. I feel pure. I feel, yeah, so there's a lot going on as far as who you are and why you are the way you are. And so let me say this, if there has been times where you have felt judged for being who you are, how you are going in the direction that you're going, maybe you're doing a lot. And one, it might be hectic for you, but again, the way you're able to move, and act on the guidance that you get, it's one, looking like it's out of nowhere to a lot of people, what you're doing. On the outside looking in, whatever it is that you are doing, and it feels very stuff that you're doing from your passion, maybe things that you are doing intellectually. I felt intellectual property. I just feel like you may be doing a lot, being watched a lot, maybe having fears of being judged, maybe have a fear of what is to come. And what I'm seeing is, let me see. Spirit, tell me one more about the crossroads. Did you see that? Did that come
I
up?
saw it. Came right on up.
Baby.
What we got?
So, for one, the universe, you're calling, whatever it is that you're doing, you are doing it, like I mentioned, divinely guided. You are on a divine mission. Yes.
You're talking to me again. I feel it.
Sure. This could have something to do with business, big business. Give me a second. Ooh, damn, y'all. Oh, I call it cry. My bad. Okay, my bad, y'all. Shit. I just feel like you cannot be ignored because you are doing big business. You are big business. You're the big business around you. I even heard big, what is it? Big, what is it? There's like, my lips want to pop. It's like the something Gambino, the big Gambino, somebody know what I'm talking about.
I'm over here singing Big Mama Lotto in my head.
What is this? Pop your shit. What part is coming to you?
I'm just hearing that Big Mama, Big Mama.
But let me say this. It feels like, because there's a lot of masculine energy here, it just feels like there's a lot of things that you're doing, male or female, that is happening in a way that it's very, one, tangible, but it's also happening in a way that people didn't necessarily expect you to do. It feels very, this is the norm, and then there's you. This is the norm, this is the unusual, and then there's you. Like, people can't put their fingers on what it is that you're doing, and I can even see that you can't.
Yeah, everywhere, all over the place.
Give me a second. Is it, can you hear that? Is this AC? Okay, because I'm not losing my mind. You probably can't hear that.
I can't hear that.
Can you hear it? If this is the AC, because there's no rain. If it is AC, that didn't just happen for no reason.
Mm.
And I was calming down because it knew it was freaking me the fuck out.
And I just
It's,
caught the chills.
no, it was something. It's this force. Remember, I was just describing you. No, I mean, you could definitely join in that pile, but pile two, it's hard to ignore. You're like this force.
They wasn't ready for it. They was not ready for this force. They was not ready for this switch up. They was not ready for this next level, this rebrand, this new person. They're so
This
used
new
to
energy, this whoosh of energy, this
can't figure you out. You're a mystery. Like you're 1 minute you're here, the next minute you're there, and now you're back over here
you're
with
doing
something
a lot.
different.
Yeah. You seem very solid. You are very solid. The things that you're doing are going to reap solid rewards, reliable. That whoosh. It's like the movement. Like you sweeping out. Let me say this, navigating. It's like when you come in, your energy itself, what you're doing, maybe even what you got going on, it shifts whatever was going on. But you're not by yourself when you move. I'm definitely seeing with the Temperance card, the Hierophant card, we talked about like all these men. I don't know if that was this, I think that was in a previous, but I got the Hierophant, the Temperance, the King of Wands, or excuse me, the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Death card, these people. When you come in the room, you are, and I will also say this in creepy Crossroads, if you are sensitive, right, if you're someone who is sensitive, you can be experiencing audio, clairaudient interference. You can be picking up on different voices and different conversations that either are from the physical or are from the spiritual that wanted to come out. But I also want to say that it's because you're not by yourself. When you move, let me say, ooh, oh my God. What also you can be experiencing, we're talking about crossroads, but when we talk about like you being fearful of the eyes that are on you and what they can do maybe against you or as a retaliation, or maybe just being nervous to do things or say things or whatever because you're nervous about whose eyes are on you. One, you need to know that you are doing exactly what you're called to do. You are very so much so divinely guided to what you're doing. So speak the way you feel like you need to speak, show up in the ways that you need to show up. But I also wanted to say that not only is it physical eyes that are on you, but I also am picking up very clearly that there are other maybe outer worldly eyes that are on you, but that is also a positive thing. So you could be nervous about whether it has good intentions, the energies that are around you. You're protected. And so let me say this, besides the things that you know you can do on this physical realm to keep yourself protected, you can also trust. That's an advice on the crossroads. Trust that spiritually you are protected. So yes, you can double down. You should, you could, you would double down on your physical protection. Burn your sage, burn you some candles. I love to, and I spoke about monthly, journaling, this and this and that. One of the things I love to do is get me a good old nasty return to sender candle spell. Oh, baby. For spiritual
no weapons
maintenance.
formed against me shall prosper.
Absolutely. But I'm going to put a motherfucker in a jar, and it just does not matter who or what. The way I see it is I'm always going to congratulate somebody for what they got going on.
Right.
I'm also very conscious of the energy that I am putting out to anybody and or period, because I expect the way I put them return to sender spells out, I expect the energy is going to come back to me, just the laws of karma. And so it doesn't matter who or what is sending me good or negative energy. I'm doing the return, and you guys could let that be whatever. Y'all settle that up with the universe.
Be careful what you put out there, baby.
Be very careful what you put out, because I'm sending it right on back.
You never know who's got it and how they got it and how they protect it.
Period. And I believe, just like we can call on our universe, our creator, our divine, whoever we, acknowledge, just like we hope and trust that they will keep us protected, we are also responsible to maintain that protection as well. And so keep up your defenses in the ways, like if you are, right, we're talking about creepy crossroads. If you are confused and or concerned about what's going on with people who are watching you, keep up your spiritual defenses on the spiritual and the physical realm. Do the work. This person has a skull and some fire in their hand. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to do some magic. Sometimes you got to burn a candle. Sometimes you have to give an offering. Sometimes you can't be afraid to be in the spotlight. This person is in the spotlight. They're in the center of things. And so again, if you have concerns about those around you and what their intentions are while they're watching you, give me a second, I'm trying. If you have a concern about what their intentions are while they're watching you, put your own defenses where you want them to be. I also love, and this is my little thing, also when people are doing those things, one of the things that I've learned to do is transmutation, right? With the death card talks about transformation, but transmutation is another version of that, which means that if someone is sending you negative energy, turn that into an affirmation, and or like we said, do use some magic where that energy is transmuted into financial reward. For every time someone speaks negative about me, my wealth doubles. Whenever somebody speaks positively about me, my wealth triples. And let that be your mindset. Set that as your intention. And that way, no matter who or what is watching you, the energy is already designated and told. You don't have to be stuck, and you're not about to keep me stuck. This is exactly what this energy is meant to do.
Don't have you stuck at the crossroads, baby.
Yeah, ain't gonna happen, baby. We gonna unlock break them chains. Release Pile 2 from the grips of the wicked. I've been saying that.
What you been saying? Turn me loose.
Turn me loose. Turn me loose. Act on what it is that you feel divinely guided to do, because you're capable. So if you are confused as to what you should do with different opportunities that show up, stop being afraid. Don't be afraid of the eyes that's on you. Like I said, set that in motion where you want that energy to go. Trust that your divine team has your back, because homie, baby, what I do is I cry. Homie feel like he waiting. Look, do you see the knife in his hand? Baby, one thing about it, two things for sure. Your spirit team ain't playing about you. Your spirit team
don't play no games.
Waiting at the door.
They don't play no games.
No, okay? Your spirit teams, and I think even just on the next step of that, your spirit team like, what's the problem?
They're like, excuse me, say what?
That's it. But your spirit team, even to you, is like, and I got goosebumps when I said it. The spirit team is like, baby, you don't have nothing stopping you because one, we're divinely guiding you. Two, you're on the mission that we sent you to do. Three, we waiting for anything to pop off. It feel like, I mean, I even feel it like in my solar plexus. I feel it like the empowerment. I even feel like them feeling like, baby, we're not letting nothing get through. Oh, and then that whoosh. Oh,
Divine
baby.
intervention.
I
They can't be
came
showing you
in
they
like
was in
a
the room.
wrecking ball.
Yes.
So not only are you coming through like that, and that's why you have these eyes on you. You're not going to be able to get rid of these people paying attention to you. It's not going to happen because you come in like a wrecking ball. But your team is like, don't worry about who's against you when we with you.
We got this. You got this.
You got this. Okay. And so I'm going to wrap it up here after I let you know that you could have been on this path. You could have been on this journey and or on this crossroads very alone or feeling very alone, but you got to let that go. You cannot accept the mindset that you're alone. So let me say this. When it comes to the creepy crossroads pile too, there is mindsets that I believe you've been on the fence about just based off of not knowing how to navigate. And I'm here for that. I'm here for you. What I'm seeing is it's about mindsets and setting things in motion the way you want it to go from henceforth. Yes, especially with the Hierophant and the Death card. You have so much more power over your situation, over your life and your experience than you're giving or have in the past giving yourself credit for. It's time to start designating energy. Right? It's time to know that you are not on your own. So that's mindset. That's right. It's time to start telling yourself the stories you want to be true because you are the one that's coming through like the wrecking ball. You're the one who is in power. You're the one who got the keys. You're the one who, you're not on this journey being acted upon. You got the keys. And not even because I'm not here to talk about like control. I know that's something we've talked about, B, but maybe in the ways that you can control, grab that control, confidently do so, trusting that your team has your back, you're not alone, and that you have more power to maneuver these things, period. That's what I got.
Okay, deep.
Absolutely. 1,000,000%.
Yeah, you killed that.
All right, Pile 2, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you all for viewing this series. It does look like whether this is the 1 or the 2 video that you've seen, there is more to the series. So check out Be Dreaming One's page. Check out my page. Check out more content like this. And do you have anything to say?
I don't. We just killed that. Teamwork make the dream work. And definitely check us out. We're doing
absolutely. We do tarot talks where we're going to be talking about our spiritual journeys, maybe talking about any like different like current events and different things like that. And so whether you're seeing this
people can relate to. Yeah.
Absolutely. Sure. Putting a spiritual voice to maybe things that you're experiencing that you may or may not be aware that we may all be experiencing in our own way.
And if there are topics, like drop it in the comments. We could definitely give me
maybe
a topic and we're gonna touch it. Like
absolutely. And maybe we can even find ways to get you guys involved in the conversation as well, going live, etc. Subscribe to our channels because once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we'll be able to go live to make that happen. Comment and support. If you are interested in more of this content, our Instagrams and other social medias will be in the description as well. So lock in and take this journey with us, because if you have made it to this video or any of the other videos, then you are clearly Soul Tribe. All right. Thank you so much. And we'll see y'all in another video.
All righty. Bye.
Bye.